Are the other players doing what Guardiola tells them? And because everybody says that he doesn't want quick balls played, he wants to keep possession.
Yeah, so knocking that ball in behind spreads the team out. It leaves your team a little bit more wide open. It creates a game which becomes a bit more transitional. And they don't want that, City. They want to create chances. They want to. What they're lacking though, if they're not going to play that ball in behind, they're lacking runners. They're lacking wide men getting in behind to be able to cross balls. So it's very static, like we've shown at the start. It's very coordinated, sidewards, backwards. Eventually, you've got to give him an opportunity.
So
in behind.
Is there any danger he goes into that dressing room with a long face on him?
Absolutely, well, yeah, he's forward, yeah.
And that becomes an issue.
Tom, if anyone has a game where you're only 22 touches, you're going to go in afterwards and be annoyed, especially if you've been making the runs. But without knowing what the pre-game tactics were, we spoke at the top of the show about, are you better with Haaland in your team or without him? Were they better when they played with a false nine? Today they kept possession and they didn't look for him as often as what they have done, especially in early parts of the season when he was scoring all those goals. Very hard to figure out, you know, what City are trying to do and what they actually are doing without being in the pre-game team talks.
You know how Pep feels about players who are showing their unhappiness around the place. I'm not saying maybe he's in the dressing room, he's laughing and joking now, but João Cancelo has gone out of the club.
Yeah.
You know, so I wonder if he's thrown his hands.
For the moment he is. We don't know what will happen with that one, but it's. If you're kind of suggesting, will they sell him because he's unhappy? It's
no, I'm just saying, we know Guardiola doesn't like... He's one of those men who just doesn't tolerate.
And he has said, if you don't want to be here, we'll always let you go if you don't want to be here.
Says, I want no bad faces around the places, was the quote, wasn't it?
They're not getting the best out of him now. He looks a very frustrated figure. I'm sure there's a lot of thought going on about how can we do this better. But I think of him, looking at him tonight in comparison to him playing for Dortmund against Manchester City in this competition last year, and as soon as the Dortmund players got it in the back or in the midfield areas, they were looking up for his run to see where he was gone. That's the first time. He seems to be the last option for City now. The build-up is the most important thing. Those synchronised movements of the midfield players and the interchange and the passing till somebody's out of place. The other thing that they could do with City, they would like the opposition to come out more and leave the spaces for the player in from. That's not happened so much now.
Yeah.
Teams are sitting in, there's regularly 2-3 centre-halves around them. They're prepared to leave the wide positions open. A lot of the opposition player...
Yeah.
The quality of the crosses wasn't good in either. But
sure, look, he's probably leading the sing-song in the dressing room for all we know.
He's probably waiting on his money this week and he said, I'll smile on.
Yeah, exactly, that'll cheer him up.